Hello, everyone out in YouTube land. Welcome to today's AMA. My name is Rhonda Benbow, and I'm one of the founders of the TruBadger and Nexus ecosystem projects. So happy to have you here. Our fearless leader is going to be a few minutes late today. He is fearlessly leading, so we'll see him in a moment or two. So if someone can tell me, are we really live on? Yes, we are live on YouTube because it says so right up there on the top of the screen. So wanted to give you all a few updates on some things that you may or may not have noticed, and want to make sure that you're aware. So pretty cool stuff. Did you know that when you, in fact, let me share my screen and show you some cool stuff because I like show and tell. No, you don't want to see all that. That's work. No, you don't want to see work. You open up here. Did you know that when you go to the Nexus ecosystem.io, you land, of course, on our fabulous website. And we've just updated our video. This video is 1 minute and 44 seconds long, and it is so concise and so clean. It explains what the Nexus ecosystem is beautifully, absolutely beautifully. This video was actually written, produced, and is voiceovered by two of our token holders, Les Kruger and Danny Cookie. So hats off. This will also be in Spanish, so we should have it up on our YouTube channel tomorrow in Spanish. So this video is now the welcome to the Nexus ecosystem video, and it does a really nice job of explaining it. The other addition that we have is when you click on the little arrow button with the languages and you click on something, I don't know, say Spanish. Don't know if it's going to do it now. You find it. There we go. Let me go down here. See that? The whole thing is in Spanish. And that includes if you go to visit the TruBadger website, and you'll find the same arrow, drop-down arrow with languages. And when you click on those languages, the website is translated into, let's see what it looks like. That is Dutch, I believe so. So we have this on all, but this is, I shouldn't say it's not on Insights and Digibot, but it might be because it's coming soon. It's like in the next couple of days, you're going to find that on every single one of our websites, this drop down with multiple languages. Very, 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 very cool. So we are growing things, man. We are changing things up. We're getting pretty slick. And we are adding more and more videos to the, oops, we got hand. Hold on one second while I have a hard time. Can you imagine me if I'm actually driving a car? I'm trying to promote people to a panelist. Hey, Dawn, hi. And run the controls all at the same time. So, so yeah. Hey, well, everybody here is Miss Dawn Clifton. Can we all give her a round of applause for getting all those languages up on all of these websites? It's just so fun to see.
Very
fun to see. That
very welcome.
Yeah, very.
It was needed, right? We're growing up and getting bigger, and we're going global, folks.
Exactly.
So, gotta help those other countries.
Absolutely, it's brilliant. So make good use of nexusecosystem.io because it is the gateway to every single one of the websites. As you scroll through, you just need to click on whichever icon you want, and you're automatically taken to that website, or to the summary of that, and then to the website from here. So it really is a one-stop shop. And speaking of, how's that? Here's our NFT project featured, Crypto Gods featured nice and proudly on the CNP website. And Dawn, if I'm not mistaken, we have another Crypto God.
We do, the BNB one. Yeah. So the CNP is being updated right now by the devs for Reza just has to pull it, right? It's ready, it's done. We just have to get it published, if you will. So we're working on that today, and we've got a few people that do need to mint their BNB Crypto God. Very excited about that. It is happening today. I'm just waiting for word on when that's going to be ready for you to do that. And of course, the site being published with that is part of it. So as soon as that's all done, I'll let you know there's just a few people, and then the rest of you are getting them dropped. So the drop will happen sometime this week, maybe by Monday at the latest. We're working on several things, including the reveal for the animation. Oh my gosh.
I tell you what, when you guys see that, when you see it, you'll understand why it has taken the time that it has taken, because they are, it's already, I believe that these are already works of art.
They're already just beautiful. Oh gosh.
I said works of art, and then I said heart, but they are works of heart as well. So works of art and works of heart. And then when you see them animated, they're just finding out which one you got and what your NFT does. When you see the complexity, you're gonna go, yeah, it was okay that it took a little while longer, because Dawn, this is cool.
It's a little much. And I apologize, but it is, I mean, these are our first NFTs, right? We've helped other projects with their NFTs, and they have other development teams, and they provided, what we needed, right, to help them. This is our very first, our very own. So it is extremely complex. Our first rodeo. And of course, we didn't just say we want to do an NFT and it's a beautiful static piece of art like you see now, right? No, no, you know how we do. We go
for all you guys, right?
Full on animation, lighting, you name it. We're gonna go over the top. So that's just how we roll. But anyway,
go bigger.
It's fun. It's just intense. But we'll get there. We'll get there.
They are very, very cool. So we will, when we've got that locked in and we know exactly when, then we will confirm that everywhere, all the usual places, Discord, Telegram, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, everywhere.
Yeah.
So you won't miss it. You won't be able to go,
oh no,
I didn't see that. You'll see it.
Oh, you'll know. You will know. And actually, you don't have to do anything. Right. So I'm creating all the layers are all created. Now I'm just putting it all together, and it's actually just going to be put in OpenSea. Your static image is going to be just swapped out for your animated one. So you don't have to do anything. We're just going to let you know, okay, it's there, and you're going to go to OpenSea and you're going to see your NFT, and it's going to move and have light, and it's just, you're going to love it. But anyway.
And we're going to have a little bit of a reveal party as well.
We'll have a reveal soon. Yeah. Could be 10 o'clock at night, the way things are going, but we're going to have one.
See, you just said we were a global company. So time has no meaning.
Time has no meaning.
In the world.
Not here. No.
Yes. Somewhere in the world. It'll be it'll be live, and you'll be able to see it. In person and in all its glory. So, very cool. Very, very cool. So that's NFTs, languages on websites, new video on the website, also on YouTube, coming in Spanish as well. Probably be up there tomorrow, the next day.
Yes.
And I had a list. It was a very short list, but I had a list.
We need a list.
Exactly. The problem with the list is I can't read my handwriting.
Oh, lovely. Start typing it.
I know, I'm going to have to.
We have typing tools,
Yeah, I know.
Let me see. And I think. Dot, if you had purchased Dot, of course, you should see those in your wallets. I didn't really announce that because we've been kind of just slammed with stuff, but I apologize, I didn't announce it. But you should see it in your wallet. So if you don't, please let us know. Everybody should have it. And then any of those that were still missing Ethereum for whatever reason. So some people, maybe they didn't complete their Matic purchase, or there was a lot of reasons. We had a whole form, right? So there were a lot of reasons people still didn't have Ethereum. Those are all resolved. Everybody should have their Ethereum too. So all that's caught up. We're still working on, he's still working on all the Vegas tokens. He has the whole list. There were several people we're waiting on for their airdrop wallets. That's what's taking a while, guys, because we can't do it without a wallet. So we were waiting on airdrop wallets, and we finally got a nice size list, and I sent that over, waiting on that. The Vegas NFTs, those exciting, beautiful Vegas NFTs. You haven't seen those, I don't think. I don't think they've seen all of them, but those are coming too. They've got those on the list to distribute. So that's another thing you can look for and coming soon.
Yep.
In the works.
So I'm gonna tell a little story. So this just happened yesterday, right? And I know Peter comes out and he tells you all the things that are working on, and people we're meeting with and all that. But John and I were on a call yesterday, and honestly, the names that were being dropped, I lost count. I was trying to keep up with this guy. He's walking and talking like Peter does, right? On the phone. They're brainstorming about all these things. And this guy is dropping names left and right that I'm just like, and then just when I thought he was done, oh, he brought up the music industry. It was about movies and that sort of thing. And he's dropping all these names of producers and actors and da da da. And then he goes, oh, and do you have any context in the music industry? Because blah, 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 blah. And I know the Hans Zimmer. I'm just like, okay, this is insane. I have to go back and rewatch it and literally count the names of the people whose names were dropped. Because Peter's good at dropping names too. Because I don't know, he met some guy that wrote a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad or something. He and Doug spent the night on Friday at a party and met Robert Kiyosaki. And so there's some names being dropped, and there are some connections being made that are amazing. And then last night again, somebody dropped a name, different call, and all of a sudden, oh, well, I'm sorry I'm late, but I was out on my evening walk and I ran into Eric Worre. Of course you did.
Of course you did.
Of course you did.
I mean,
of course you did.
Why not?
And
that's where we're at right now.
That's where we're at, people. This is the space that you live in. This is the space that TruBadger and the Nexus ecosystem and all of us are being drawn into. And the people and the projects and the folks that are watching what we're doing and saying, ooh, raising their hand to say I can help, raising their hand to say I know someone else, or saying I need you to help me with this project because you guys are proving yourselves. And so I know we hear Peter say it often, and I want to throw my hat in the ring and say it is absolutely beyond a doubt. It's happening. It is absolutely happening, and we are 9 months, 11. No, we're 10 and a half months. Just in a month now, we'll be 1 year old. In a month and another 5 weeks, and we're going to be 1 year old within a space of a year. People, look at everything that we have accomplished, and I don't say we as in Dawn and me and Sharona and Corey and Deb and Doug and can't. No, we as a community look at everything that we have accomplished in this year is amazing.
Y'all, it's unheard of to do that in a year, to be where we are today in a short year. That's unheard of.
Unheard of.
So we look at all the other projects out there, and some of them have a website, some of them may have one product, but look at what you all have helped us do. That's just unreal. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you
from the bottom of my heart. And I hope you're all thanking each other from the bottom of your hearts as well. And then our our job from here forward is to tell as many people as you can to come take a look at this and get involved. Join the cryptocurrency blockchain space. Step into it. It's not going anywhere. It's getting bigger and bigger. And we've got the safest place to step into this adventure, you know, between our onboarding system and all of the platforms that we've built that are truly meant to secure and provide safety and protection. And I mean, what better place to start this adventure than within the Nexus ecosystem? So whether it's $5 at a time, $20 at a time, $100 at a time, whatever, it's time to get people, you know,
yeah,
to
no,
step
we don't want it
join.
that high because we're gonna have to write a check, right, for the token.
And Peter's here and he's still wheeling and dealing. I love it.
It's
I love
constant.
He's
Very constant.
Probably on the phone with some name.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yesterday. I don't know. Oh my goodness. And he's dropped off, but he'll be back.
He'll be back.
Welcome to the craziness that we're within. So this is exciting space, and I wish that you could each experience it from the view that we have, and at the same time, your view is beautiful as well, because for us as token holders, we just need to open our mouth and share it with somebody and have them take a look at it and open a wallet and get started.
And that's a good point. We are also token holders, right? We're also part of the community, no different than you. Yeah. And, you know, we're doing it out there as well, you know, maybe not as much as you can because we're busy with projects and things like that are also very important, but it's going to take all of us. You know, we're not trying to push everything off on other people, right? You guys need to do this. We're all doing it. We all have to do it. So just another point I wanted to make.
Yeah.
We're also community members.
All right.
Well, what else? Gosh, so much is happening, but I don't know what's already been like.
You know, I'm busy. I'm busy just trying to get Peter up on the piano. So, excuse me. That's why I'm looking over to this side of my screen because it's just trying to hit on that little button, promote to panelist. Oh, good, it worked. Yay!
Oh my goodness.
I told you in the beginning, I'm not real good at, like, you should see me drive. I can't like drive and talk on the phone and like drink or like I'm like a single focus person, man. It's kind of dangerous. So
you're not doing all that while you try to drive.
I know, running these panels and reading the chat and checking that and then looking for somebody who's knocking on the door asking to come up on the panel.
It's about the same.
Yeah, not real good. Oh,
Peter.
Hey, how are you? Welcome to the call, Mr. Peter Gentner.
Excellent. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Excellent.
Real good.
It's so bizarre, Dawn. This is the first time we've seen Peter all day, which is very unusual. He's been so busy this morning, and we normally spend like hours in a Zoom room, like working away.
Yeah.
And so
by this time we've been on Zoom like 4 hours with them already. You know, it's just like, but not today. It has been so good. I've gotten so much done. It's been great.
There's been no hey Dawn, hey Ron. Well, there were some hey Dons this morning. No,
there were. It was just by phone.
Yeah, just by phone, exactly.
Yeah. How are you today, Mr. Peter Gentner?
I'm doing very well. How are you guys?
Very good, very good. We shared with the community the multiple languages of the website, new videos in Spanish coming, and NFT updates, and
yeah. So what you got?
Yeah, what you got? We told them all the good stuff, so I don't know what you got.
Well, just working away, guys. The meetings we're having, the doors that are opening up, the things that we're connecting with are just very exciting. Just takes time for this stuff to get put together and get built. Just every day we just keep putting more and more of the puzzle. And it's just, you know, might be a small step forward, but every day, 7 days a week, we're inching forward towards just being able to just have massive growth in the community, massive growth in our products, in the projects that we're working on. Sometime in the next 7 or 8 days, we are going to have, we're going to do a walkthrough on the safe for voting for TruBadger. So that is actually done. It's just we've been tied up with other things where we have to sit down and organize it all and get that ready to go. And then we'll start putting some stuff out for voting. And then also NAC will be able to come up with some initiatives that they want to vote on to move forward. And so there'll be 2 different avenues where voting's coming from the core team and then from NAC in order to put those through and then start getting that going. Once we have the voting set up for TruBadger, within a couple of weeks, we'll set it up for SAFUfied. And then in a few weeks after that, NSI. And then eventually, even probably before the token comes, voting for Catapult and voting for CNP, and we'll get that stuff going. And then they'll be also voting for Crypto Gods as a DAO, with how we'll take the resources that we've developed, how we'll implement those. The idea of that project is to make the crypto space a better, safer, more abundant place. And so that'll have its own DAO. So over the next couple of months, all 6 of our projects will have DAO set up. And then every project that we launch from here forward will have a DAO set up immediately upon it launching. And that'll allow for voting to take place. And we'll start building organizations like NAC, which is, the Nexus Action Committee. Those will be built for each project. So SAFUfied will have its committee, NSI, all the different projects will have their committees. And then there'll be the overarching committee that will help organize and move things forward so we can become the most powerful, influential community in the world. We got a lot of projects ahead of us, guys, but we do need to start growing for us to embrace a lot of these projects. I will tell you, we have a project with a daughter of a president of a country. It's not a small country either. I believe it's 80 million or 100 million people in that country that wants to do some stuff with us. We have a world famous artist that has sold prints for as much as more than $1 million, who wants to do a project with us. But again, we have to have growth in the community. We have to have traction in order for us to embrace these opportunities. We have a $10 billion plus family office that wants to do a project with us. Again, we need growth in the community in order for us to be able to say, I will not go to the mat and say, guys, we can perform and we can do it if we can't. If I'm putting my reputation on the line saying we can get something done, we have to be able to get it done. It's one thing. These ladies have been working with me for 6 years. I don't blow smoke up anybody's rear end, right? If we think we can do it, we're going to say we can do it. If we don't think we can do it, we're going to say we can't do that. And we're starting to connect with some very amazing organizations that are going to help us grow and help power this thing. You can't put time frames on them. And I think, and I'm going to apologize. Back, 4 months ago, we had a group that was coming on board and they thought they could bring a lot of people to the community. That hasn't happened yet, but it is still happening. Like we had to build some software. We had to get some things ready. And I think the expectation was, we'll just sit back because they're going to, this team is going to blow up the community. It hasn't happened yet, but it is still in the works. The one thing I can't do is make people who have assets or resources dance to our tune. They're going to dance their own tune. They need to do it when it's right for them, not when it's right for me, not when it's right for you. You need to do what's right for you when it's right for you. I need to do what's right for me, right? And hopefully those all line up, and then we blow things up and make them extremely successful. And that is on the approach. Every day, if at the most every couple days, we get on a phone call with a group of people, and you just almost have to pinch yourself and say, are we really here? Are we really talking to, somebody who has a pavilion of their artwork in Venice, Italy right now for the next 6 months up for display? And then in 6 weeks, they're going to be at the UN having their work displayed. Are we really talking to somebody who, as a living artist, has probably sold more prints than any other artist on the planet? And they want us to, they actually called me today and said, hey, we have someone else who wants to do this with us, but we really want to work with you guys. We want it to be with you guys. How can we move this forward and make this happen? And I told him, give me till Friday and I'll let him know on Friday on what's happening and where it's going. And guys, I'm not looking to anybody in here to do any more with getting involved in projects than they are. Not buying another NFT, not, getting any more bags on your tokens. We need new people that are coming in fresh, that are looking at this and going, wow, this is a safe space, or a safer space than anywhere else in the crypto space. I gotta tell you, the reason why we came to Nexus ecosystem and what we've done is, guys, to me, when I got caught up in a rug pull, I was excited about the projects, like, oh my God, this thing's gonna blow up, and put $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 in, only to have it pulled. It was almost like just heartbreaking, right? It was devastating. And now I've got to go find another deal. Why? Because I just lost $2,000 or $3,000, $500, $600, $50. I don't care what it was. So now I'm in the hole. So now in the next project, if I'm going to put in another $1,000 or $2,000 and I lost $1,000, now I got to make $2,000 just to get back to even. And then to have that one go south and only get caught up in bot manipulation. And so it's through that heartbreak and through the struggles, and my wife getting mad at me because I stayed up all night to do a token release at 6 o'clock in the morning, because I knew if I went to bed, I wouldn't get up, because I was, you got to have at least 2 or 3 hours sleep to have sense, and then sit there and fight to try and get in a project. I mean, fight for it, like be there right the second it launches, hit the button, only to have your thing sit there and spin, and you think you're getting in at 20, 30 cents, and then you look and your token closed at $3, and then it went to $4. And you couldn't sell out fast enough, right? Because it comes right back down to $1.20 or 80 cents. And you're like, well, great. Now I have half my money, and I'm still waiting for some of those today to come back. I still hold them, waiting for them to ever get back to an all-time high to do it, because I don't want to take a loss on it, right? I already have a wallet full of these heartbreak friends that called me up and said, hey, you got to get in this token. And I go there and it's at a $200 million market cap, but I look and it's green, 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 green. Oh my God, it's going to be green forever. And I buy in, and I cash out some other asset for $5,000 or $6,000. I put it in, and that was the all-time high. And now it's sitting at half that, or, three quarters down. And I look at it and go, wait a minute, I just cashed out this asset for another asset, and now it's down because my friend called me. Now, your friend didn't want you to lose money. Your friend just did not look at it from a business perspective. You have to understand, there's the hype of crypto. There's the, oh my God, this thing's going to moon, rocket, Lambo, freaking going to the Mars, right? Rocket ships going off all over the place. Pump, 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 all this other crap. And then there's business. Business is about what is the long-term potential of it, not what is the long-term hype of what is going on. Do they have the resources? Do they have the team? Do they have the technology? Is there a chance for this project to become profitable on its own? Not tomorrow, not in 6 months, but over a 2 or 3 or 5 year period of time. Does it have the ability to stand on its own 2 feet? Does it have a way to sell a product to another company, of infrastructure type stuff? Or does it have the funds, something that it's going to sell to me as a crypto enthusiast, where I'm willing to pay $9 or $10 or $20 a month and get that much value back or more? So then I keep paying that money. This is business. This is not a casino. It is not luck. It is not, oh my goodness, I've got to get in and get out as fast as possible. We had a great call last night with a gentleman, and these are the things that we talk about on those calls, and we're resonating with people because they've been there. When I talk to anybody in the crypto space, and by the way, if you the first thing you've gotten involved with was Nexus ecosystem, you've never done any other token, you have never been in a rug pull. If you have been in the crypto space for more than 6, 7 months, 8, well, we started 10 months ago. In the last 10 months, if you bought other projects, I'm going to guarantee you have been in a rug pull. I will guarantee you've been in a rug pull if you started startup type projects. Here, no. And it's just not going to happen because we spend the time and we vet, and we're not into pump and dumps. I'm not into watching our token go to $200 million only to come back to 30 or 40. I'm upset right now that it went to 40 and it's at 12 right now. Never mind going 5 times higher and then going even lower. But I do understand what we're doing as a business model. And I know at the end of the day, the business model of TruBadger is a winning business model that will create massive value over the next few years. Not next week, maybe, but over the next few years. How do I know that? Our partnership with Muon, a major project coming up, possibly becoming one of the top 50 projects on the planet in the crypto space. Our partnership with Otherverse, the fact that they chose us to do their development work, to put stuff together, and they're very happy with what we've done on building websites and logos and the legal structure for putting it together. Do I think that Otherverse is going to be the last one? No, we're doing such a hell of a job on it that there'll be other projects that'll be there. What is the payment that's being made to us for doing this? I don't know what that value is. We're taking in digital assets. Maybe it's 5 million, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 50, maybe it's 100, maybe it's $1 billion. And is it possible? Absolutely yes. For the work that we've done with TruBadger is a consulting business. It consults with projects on the best way to launch. We're doing that consulting right now. Part of that consulting is building a vibrant community of not just crypto people, but crypto holders who are going to find projects and support those projects for the long haul. All right. Not somebody who's just trying to 40X so they can pay for their next Hawaii vacation, put in $100, pull out 4,000 so they could go buy a plane ticket and, go sit on a beach for 15, 20 minutes or an hour or a day or whatever it is, only to come home and find out they're still broke. Okay. It's a community of long-term thinkers that say, wait a minute, blockchain is the future. Cryptocurrency is the representation of blockchain. And if I get in the right projects and I hold, I can take a very limited amount of resources right now, and I can turn them into a massive amount of resources down the road. So I'm not trying to live today off of what I'm doing in this space. I'm looking to the future and saying 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 years from now, that's when I'll say, oh, it's time for me to start cashing in and pay off the house and pay off the credit cards. I can retire now. I can go lay on a beach. I can go on 7 vacations to Hawaii and still have leftover. It's called delayed gratification, and it's called being the right community to support it. Now, we might end up with 500,000 people, and 50 of them are actually the ones with the right mindset. My goal is to create the most opportunity for the 50,000 that are the right mindset. The other 450 will still benefit, but they're not going to benefit as much as the people that are the holders, because that is what the projects need. It is a resource that is desperately needed for projects. There are at least several hundred projects that were good projects, good teams. But you know what happened to them? They launched, people pumped their tokens up to ridiculous values. Everyone abandoned them and sucked all the money out of them. Their token price crashed. And now, because their token's worth 800,000 or whatever it may be, they can't move forward. They can't do anything because the token is worthless. So in order for them to move something forward, they got to abandon that project and go start another one. And it was simply great projects. Guys, PooCoin right now, I want you guys to think about right now, PooCoin, I think it's 40-something cents a token. The market cap of PooCoin is only like $2 point something million. I go to PooCoin at least 10 times a day. Banner ads are booked solid for it. It's a solid business, but it doesn't have a loyal community of people that are sticking behind the project. So its market cap is in the toilet. The community is so important. Now, we're going to start and do some advertising and marketing and stuff. That is not the way, though, to build a community of holders. Peer-to-peer, person-to-person, people that you love and you care about, and taking your belief in what we're doing and transferring that to other people, knowing them and finding those right people. That is the most important way. And we've relied on that to be our driving force. And again, our model is solid, guys. I think there's a question which I'll read out loud here in the thing. And it says, confused about relationship between assets held in the TruBadger treasury and the value of TruBadger token. As a holder of the TruBadger token, do I have a direct ownership stake in the assets of the TruBadger DAO, like a stock, proportionate to my ownership of TruBadger tokens? These questions would extend to other tokens as well. All right, I'm going to explain this in the only way that I can. All of our projects are DAOs. DAOs are owned by the community that is behind them. The way that our community is identified is by token holders. That's how you are a community member. If you hold tokens, then that identifies you are a community member. It is a DAO. That DAO holds all of the assets, anything that belongs to it, whether that's Otherverse tokens, Muon tokens, Safufied tokens, Insight tokens, NFTs, all of that belongs to TruBadger. Those are resources for us to use, the management team, to go out and find other opportunities to build that. Now, the association between the token, the value of TruBadger, and that, it's the marketplace. It's the number of holders. Now, if us holding a whole bunch of assets gets more holders, then the price goes up, right? That is what drives price, right? Here it is. It's 0.000715. If there's more people buying the token, it'll go to 16, 17, 18, 12, 25, 29, on that side of it. What the assets that we're gaining does is it gives us the resources to keep paying the staff to show up, to create more opportunities, to build and to grow. It gives us the money to, when people come to us, they don't necessarily come to us with millions of dollars in the bank. They come to us and say, hey, we need funding to get our project done. We cover those expenses in the early days and then get that back at some point in time, as well as the assets that we're obtaining. So that is the best way that I can answer that question. Is the more resources, the resources belong to TruBadger project, any of them that are in its wallets, and those resources are used for the benefit of expanding and growing the TruBadger ecosystem and its ability to operate and function as the utility of it, an incubator, accelerator, consulting business. Okay. Now down the road, things change. Maybe that description changes a little bit, but for right now, that is the answer that makes that work. Okay. But it's the size of the community. Guys, community is the majority. Team, oh my goodness, we've got a phenomenal team. All right. Utility, we've got phenomenal utility. Okay. On every single one of our projects. But the number one ingredient is community. I cannot go and recruit myself a community of 50,000 people in TruBadger. Well, I actually probably could, but I just have to stop running TruBadger to go do it, right? I could probably get it done, actually. I would give myself that much credit. I could probably get it done, but I would have to stop meeting with daughters of presidents of countries and famous artists and people that have the key to Hollywood, and, you know, billion-dollar funds. And I would focus on nothing but growing this every single day. And then we could get the party started. The problem is then we don't have the consulting going on. We don't have this other stuff going on. So now we're limiting our potential and where we can go and what we can accomplish, right? So that means what? We have to rely on you guys to help us grow the community. And it's a volunteer. You don't have to. You can say, no, I don't want to. Okay. Then when somebody does raise their hand and say, yes, I'm going to do it, and then somebody else and somebody else and somebody else, and we start taking action and we start driving, and we do have those people. NAC is stepping up in a huge way, but they can't do it themselves. It's about 50, 60 people. They can help develop the tools and some of the resources, but we need a couple thousand people that are in our community right now to say, you know what, every day I'm going to send out a text to somebody I know saying, you've got to check out TruBadger. You don't have to educate them on crypto. You don't need to know whether they're in crypto or not in crypto. It is simply the exposure of a text coming from it saying, hey, I found this crypto project. I love it. It's phenomenal. Man, they're doing some great stuff in the metaverse. And just send those out. And if you do that, if 2,000 of us would do that every single day, we would have growth on a daily basis, and we would blow this thing up. And the amount of projects that we could bring in. One of the things that we put together with Nexus ecosystem was TruBadger would be a token that would acquire assets in lots of projects. And the reason for that is I would get into projects myself, and it'd be like, I'd get in one like in the morning, and I find another one in the afternoon. It's like, oh crap, I just put all my money in this one. I don't have the money to put over here, right? So I'd have to either decide to sell that or sell something else to get in it. And we didn't want people to have to do that. So we said, hey, let's do this TruBadger thing. It'll hold assets in lots of projects, and then all they have to do is hold TruBadger token, and they'll benefit from a lot of different stuff that's going on, right? In an indirect fashion. So that was the brilliance behind the way that we set this up to put this together and move this forward and make things happen. So if there's any more questions, guys, you can drop them in the Q&A. I'll be glad to answer them on the stuff that we're doing. A lot of great things. Now, I will say, I don't know if we've covered this or not. Gods Unchained has decided to go in a different direction. We're going to circle back with them when they get to the point where they're ready to do their NFT launch. They decided to go with Solana chain instead of, we do all of our stuff on Polygon. They decided they wanted to go on Solana, and Solana is giving them some grants, pretty significant grants to do marketing and do that type of stuff. And with our growth in our community right now and the participation in Crypto Gods, we felt it was better to let them go do their thing. And then when they're ready, they can come back to us, and we'll see where we're at and what position we're in, and then say, hey, yes, we can help you move 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000, NFTs, or 500 or 300, and then work out a deal, help them move their NFTs, and then wish them success and move things forward. I will not take on a project that I do not believe we can deliver on. And that's why it's in all of our hands. That's why it's in everybody's hands to do something every single day to help us grow a big enough community to where we can embrace and take these projects. Now, we're supposed to be getting a white paper sometime this week on the project from the 11-figure family office. If we're still not growing over the next couple of weeks, when we get into that, we will probably decline the project and decide not to move forward with it. If we're growing and we've got people that are out sharing and we're bringing new people into TruBadger or any of our tokens, then at that point, we'll say, yes, we can make this happen and we can do it. I hate failure. I hate not having things work out. And the thing I hate the most is promising something to somebody who's banking on us doing what we do and deliver so they can do what they do. I don't like it when we can't do that delivery. Now, if we deliver and they're not able to, well, that's on them, right? But we are going to do our part. And we're going to deliver on what we're doing. So if you want to get involved with NAC. If you're saying, I don't know what to do, I want to help, I want to be a part of it, get involved with NAC. NAC will lead you. They have social media marketing teams. They have people that are out doing a favor for us. One of the big things with a project is you get 5, 6, 7 websites, different social media. sometimes things get left or don't get changed or they have a team that is just going through pages and looking at all the stuff and helping us stay up to date, making sure we don't have old information out there. That is a freaking amazing thing to do, because otherwise we have to hire someone to do that. And we're expensing money out that could be used for what? Driving projects and making them happen and putting things together. But every day we're building incredible software, which always takes longer than you want. It always costs more money than you think it's going to. And it always has bugs in it once you get it built that you have to take time and work through. So that is just part of life. And that is for every single project that's out there, all the way from Amazon, all the way to eBay, all the way to every single software product that has ever been built on the face of this planet. Okay. All have glitches, all take a lot of time and are, that type of thing. So we're no different than anyone else. We're just working through and putting all that stuff together. So any more questions I can answer, guys?
I've been watching YouTube and trying to keep up on that. Our faithful hero Sharona is in a car and she's not able to. Usually she peruses the YouTube and posts them up in here for us, but I didn't really see a lot that somebody else already hadn't answered within YouTube. Dr. Badger's in there and a couple others. So thanks, guys. So I think we are good.
Well, guys, we're delivering. A lot of projects we're working on are starting to bring in revenue and getting us in a great financial position to move things forward. We are getting very close to beginning the ICO for Otherverse. Now, in order to participate in Otherverse, you will need to be an accredited investor. That is, as an individual, $250,000 a year, as a couple, $350,000 a year if you file jointly, or $1 million in net worth in assets held. And you will have to prove that to participate in it. And that is going to start here very soon. If you do meet that criteria, you'll have to check it out on where it is. We'll be launching the new website that we built. You can go to otherverse.io. You can see the current website. The new website should probably be launching by the end of this week, where we went through and revamped it and just took it's not a bad looking website right now, but we took it and made it absolutely beautiful and stunning. And as over the next few weeks, it'll become even more stunning as we put some final touches on it, right? It's just we built the initial and now we're putting some just cool things that are just going to get people to go, wow, the experience is going to be incredible as we continue to put it together and make that happen. It's tough, guys, when you run multiple projects and each project thinks that you're paying a lot of attention to them, right? And we've got about 6, and they don't realize they're like running hard on their one project, and then they're like, we're keeping up with them, but they don't realize we have 5 other projects that we're doing to stay up on, right? 6, 10, 12, whatever it is, 24, I don't know. Rhonda made a list and it was like 24 projects are on there. Just saying they're in different phases and different things that we're doing. But look, it's really up to all of us, including me, all of us, everyone that's part of it, on how many of these opportunities we can pursue and how many we can build wealth with. And remember, if you can't get in a project, the success of that project, this is an ecosystem. An ecosystem is something where something happens over here and it affects the entire system. Something happens over here and it affects the entire system. Like when we did Otherverse and it said, oh, it's going to be an ICO, a Reg C offering, only accredited people in the US and Canada. This includes Canada. That's going to make most people can't get involved with it. It doesn't matter. The success of Otherverse is going to create so much opportunity, so much potential in us as an ecosystem that every single person that's involved in the ecosystem will benefit, whether they own the token or not. Whether you're able to buy the NFT or not, that's coming very soon too. FNFTs, functional NFTs. Here's the cool part. The first one is going to be 0.3 ETH, which is going to probably be $700 to $900. Some of you are going to like, can't afford it. Well, it's weeks away. Start saving up, start putting together some resources. A friend of mine right now is he needed some extra money. He's driving Uber or Lyft 2 hours a day, right? And he's making about 40-50 bucks a day. And, so he needs a few $1,000 in, 20 days, he'll have his, $1,000 of what he needs of it, right? He just had to have a good car and some insurance. And instead of watching TV, this is okay. 2 hours of TV a night that he was watching. He's just going out. He lives in like a downtown area. He goes and drives, makes, like I said, 50, 60, 80, $90 a night. And he's putting it together. These are the opportunities that are out there right now for us to go and make things happen, right? My sister's selling stuff on eBay right now, every day. That's what she does right now to participate. Lois, she's part of the community. Every single day she's posting things. She has some things like I don't even know if she really wants to sell them, but she's like, well, I can get it back later, if I can grow it, right? If I can really expand it. So these are the things that we need to do, and you need to get ready to do it. So here's the cool part. 0.3 ETH, you're going to get, first thing you're going to get is a very special edition, let's say trinket type thing, right? That only 3,333 people are going to have. Now, what that does is when you own that one, there's a second one that's going to come. You get the second one for owning the first one for free, no cost. That one is going to be an avatar and then special things that you can only get through this NFT thing, okay? And then there'll be a third round. Now, here's the cool part. So you paid 0.3 for the first one. You got your trinket, your statue, your collectible item. The second one, you got special edition clothes and watches and effects and all kinds of stuff there. You got that for free. When the third drop comes, that one is free as well. What is that one? It is a apartment in the metaverse, in Otherverse, prime property that you get. So it's going to be, $700, $800, $900, maybe $1,000, depending on the price of ETH. But you're going to get first NFT. In the second one, there's 5 NFTs that are combined to one together, minimum of 5, could be 6, 7, 8, 9, depending on the drop. And then you're going to get an apartment on there. Apartments in some of the other sites are selling for more than that. And this, by the way, is going to be prime property. It's like you buying an apartment in the virtual New York City prime area. Who knows what someday somebody will go, and I want to live in that address. It's the best address, like it overlooks the city center, right? And so let's say that city center has, I don't know, your favorite artist having a concert. You might be able to pull up some chairs on the deck of your condo there and watch the concert, right? Or be involved in those events, big festivals, all that type of stuff. It's your property, you own it. If you want to rent it out, you could rent it out to somebody and generate some revenue there, probably, I'm sure. So lots of different things that are going to go on. There will be very limited edition items that you can get also in the second drop, which could, who knows what they can go to. In the NFT space, you can't say. Maybe they're 0.1 ETH each, but you got 6 items. So that's that's 0.6 ETH right there. And then your apartment's free. So there's a lot of different stuff there on that side. Yes, that will be done in the Matic Polygon. It will be cross-chain. So you'll be able to go over to the Ethereum chain if you want to on that side of it. So that is coming. Guys, how many people in here are into green energy? How many people in here would love to be what I will call carbon negative, where you are reducing your carbon footprint every single day more than you create on a daily basis? Well, we got 3 or 4. Here. We got some over in YouTube too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. So here's the key, guys. We're going to come up with where you can buy NFTs. Those NFTs will reduce carbon production on the planet, and those credits will go to you. So it's like this machine, you own, this NFT represents this much of the purchase of that machine, and it's burning 1 million pounds a year. So you get credit for 1,000 of those, or 5,000 or 10,000. And then what we're going to do, which is really cool, is we're going to leverage those machines to get more machines in there. So all the time you're reducing the carbon footprint on the planet more and 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 more. And the neat part about these devices are they come in very handy when natural disasters hit, storms that will knock power out for maybe families, whether it's fires in California or hurricanes in Florida, whatever it may be. This equipment that's being built will be able to get green energy onto those sites as soon as the storm passes or the fire's done, and then get people back in power as soon as possible. These are things that are going to change the world. They're going to make a difference in people's lives. Those are the opportunities that we have our hands on. These are not maybe, shoulda, coulda, woulda, maybe, might be's. These are projects that we are actively working on and building right now for the benefit of what's going on. So, you can look at it and go, well, oh yeah, but there's this token over there that my friend Susan got in and it went up 300%, in 2 days. Right. And she made 3 times her money. I'm glad for her. But I got to tell you, if you're going to chase that stuff, at the end of the day, your chances of making anything or getting anywhere are slim to none, unless you connect with a community of people. Most of the people making money in this space belongs to groups that are working together for a common benefit. 20, 40 people that all get into a token at one time, and then they share it with their networks and they drive up the price, and then they get out of it. If that's your thing, there are groups out there like that. But I am here to make sure that the blockchain cryptocurrency has the ability to live up to its full potential, deliver digital sovereignty to the people that are on this planet. Because as we get more technological, we're going to lose more digital sovereignty, or we're going to gain back our digital sovereignty. Technology can, and on the other side, can only take it away, because as more information comes in, AI, all this stuff, it can process it faster, more accurately, it can collect more. So what do we need to do to fight that? We need the blockchain. We need it to be decentralized, because then through that mechanism, I can still have the data being collected. It's still there, but it's protected and held and accountable to me and me alone, because I have my seed words and I have access to my wallet, and that's where it's built on. The second side of it is financial sovereignty, right? Having the ability to control our own financial future. I'm not against centralized authorities, but what I am against is people in those positions using it for their own benefit without thinking about the cost of it to people like you and I. Family members who get jobs that make them millions of dollars because maybe somebody they know is in power or doing that. And this is not a political statement, guys. This is on all sides, in every political side of things, right? It's called nepotism. We need digital sovereignty. We need financial sovereignty. This is our chance to go get that. To me, this is more of a mission in life to, I've always wanted to. My daughter's getting married in January. Within a few years, they'll have kids. I'll have grandkids. My son was just here. He spent the night. He's got his own apartment. He's in college, 20 years old. My other daughter's 23, consultant at an engineering company. She's talking about, her and her boyfriend long distance. They're going to be back in the same city in a year, and they're talking about getting married in another year after that. And they're talking about, she wants to have kids. And so I'm going to have, my daughter's having kids. Someday my son will find the right girl. And, if he's lucky, he'll find one like I did, his mom. And he'll get married and they'll have kids. And I want to make sure that my kids and grandkids live in a better world. I want to make sure that it's not worse off than it is. And with the mechanisms that are in place, without, I believe, the blockchain, without decentralization, I believe it has the high potential to be a worse world than a better world. I believe with blockchain and with what we're doing, it has 100% chance of being a better world that they can grow up in, and that they can have the opportunities that we've had throughout that side of things. I was talking to somebody a couple days ago, and we got on the subject of third world countries. Do you guys understand why they're third world countries? Because they don't have mechanisms in place for them to have ownership or a way to track their ability to pay or not pay, right? So credit rating services, things like that. They can't open up a banking account, so they can't track this stuff. The blockchain delivers that. It will give them a chance to where, whether you're in Pakistan or some other place, to have your ownership of your land. So what happens in these countries is when things change and the new people come into power, they go, you don't own that. I'm in charge now. Oh, those were the old guys. But with a blockchain registry, you can say, no, here it is. It's on the blockchain. It's not changeable. You can't have your cousin go in and become the head of housing and the thing and go in and wipe out all the records and say, no, you don't, nobody owns that housing. And so then what it'll allow them to do, if they can own property, then they can either pay off, borrow against that property. They can improve that property. They can have a chance at the lives that we live right now. And the less poverty on the planet, the better planet we live on. It's that simple, right? Poverty is equated to what? A lower standard of life, people getting desperate, doing desperate things, early death, all the different things that happen along with that. And we have our hands on the vehicle that can change that for not a few thousand people, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, possibly 1 billion people on this planet. And here's the coolest part about it. We can improve our own financial position while we're doing it. It's not, hey, go in your banking account, write me a $500 check and donate it so we can go dig a well or do something for somebody in a third world country. And now you're $500 poorer and you're like, the car breaks down. You're like, God, I wish I had that $500 back so I could fix the car. No, it's them getting the well dug because we gave them the resources and the ability to not wait for some charity to come along and help them build it, but they could show ownership in it so they could go borrow money from a bank and dig their own freaking well. They don't need charity. The goal is to be charitable, but let's create a world where charity is not needed or needed a lot less, because we give people the tools and the ability to finance and move things forward and go from there. That's what we have our hands on. It's why we're so passionate about what we're doing here and what we're building. It's why we built an onboarding system that no one else has. Still today. And then I look at it and go, I wonder why nobody built this before. I know why, because you build it and then nobody's using it, right? And that's as frustrating as if you never built it before, right? We don't have 200 people a day coming in and going, hey, help me get into crypto. I know there's more than 200 people a day that want to get in crypto. So, okay, let's do the math. There's more than 200 people a day in Phoenix, Arizona alone that want to get in crypto. In Phoenix alone. But yet we don't have 20 a day coming through our onboarding system to get into crypto. That math just doesn't cut it, because we go to not just Phoenix. We don't have an onboarding system for Phoenix. We have an onboarding system for all 50 states, for all of Canada, for any place right now that speaks English. And we just added 3 Spanish people. So we cover Mexico and all of Latin America as well. So now we look at that and we go, holy crap, we can cover, a third of the planet. So we have opportunity for a couple of billion people. And I think out of a couple billion people, we've got to have more than a couple thousand people a day that say, I want to get into crypto. So what are we not doing? We're just not getting it out to the people by getting the message out enough to make it happen. Okay, so question on YouTube. Is there a max limit on what an accredited investor can purchase in Otherverse? Guys, that's something you'll have to, we're putting that out. If you are interested, just send me an email at peter@TruBadger.io. peter@trubadger.io, and I can get you the details on that. All right. All right. Martin Weller is asking on YouTube, Peter, do you have any more info on Muon? Yeah, we talked to Muon actually just a couple of days ago, and they are getting very close to doing their ICO on their side as well. They're also doing an ICO. So again, accredited investors and that type of stuff. These are major launches in the space. It'll be an ERC20 token. But we are trying to see if we can get maybe a little bit of a head start for the community. If we are able to, we'll let you guys know. I will tell you this, TruBadger owns Muon tokens. Crypto Gods owns Muon tokens. And so, if you're a holder of either one of those two, directly through the gaining of more resources, you'll benefit from whether you can do directly in there or not. But they are getting very close to getting theirs ready to launch there. I would think probably in the next 6 to 8 weeks, Muon will launch and then be available there for that to happen. So, all right. George will translate into Greek for us. Awesome.
I noticed that Steve volunteered, George. I think that's just I love the community that just.
That is community, right?
Yeah, raises their hand and says, George will do it. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, folks, this has been a terrific AMA. Thank you, Peter, for bringing the thunder and lighting us up. It's so easy to open your mouth and say, have you any interest in cryptocurrency? What do you know about cryptocurrency? Look at this. It's the easiest thing in the world. And the more holders we can gain, the faster we will move and the more impact we're going to have on this world. So let's go do that this week.
So really quickly, I'll give you the text that I would send out right now. Okay. It would be something like this. Man, did you see that Facebook changed their name to Meta? This is all based around the metaverse. Matter of fact, Facebook is going to spend $32 billion about over the next 3 years on the metaverse. I found a project that is involved with the company that has already been in the metaverse for over 15 years. It is highly likely that they will be the #1 leader in the metaverse. Now, I found a report that was put out by Citibank GPS, and it says that the metaverse is going to be $8 to $13 trillion by 2030. I have a project that can put us in the best position to benefit from the metaverse of any other project in cryptocurrency. Are you interested? If they're interested, guys, they're going to send you back a text saying, and
what?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Check out what we're doing with TruBadger. It's really that simple. Here's the biggest financial opportunity in the world, the metaverse. Facebook changed their name because they know it is the future. I just saw another post that talked about they believe that the metaverse over the next 20 years will become a 2 quadrillion, meaning the entire global economy will be based within the metaverse.
That's crazy. And you could get into it now.
Quadrillions. And we have the #1 project, the people that understand it better than anybody else out there. The ones with the most experience, the ones with the most technology, the ones that have 77 plus patents. That's who we're playing with. And it's not like we were able to buy a couple of tokens. We're consulting for them. When you guys see the website for Otherverse, on the front page, there's a little thing that says powered by, and it says Unity. And it says, what's the other one that's there? Unity and Oculus. Unity, Oculus. And then right next to that is the Nexus ecosystem.
Actually, we're second.
We're second. We're in the middle.
We're in the middle.
So we're sandwiched between Unity and Oculus. And right in the middle is Nexus ecosystem. That's not a bad place to be when you're talking the number one project in the metaverse. And again, it's my opinion, guys, but I believe they will be the leader. They will own it more than anyone else. They will be the driving force in it. Just like Facebook is to social media, just like Amazon is to shopping, just like booking.com is to travel. These are the number one in the category, right? Just like Google is to search, just like Apple is to phones. Otherverse will be to the metaverse. That's my belief system. See if you can share your belief with people, friends, and we'll rock and roll.
Yeah, good stuff.
So if you ask somebody if they're interested or they want to know, or you send them that text and they go, oh my gosh, yeah, how do I find out more? Take the link that you're on right now, this Zoom link, or our YouTube channel, and say, join us at 5:00 p.m. on Thursday evening for a live conversation with Peter about the opportunity of TruBadger and the Nexus ecosystem.
Yep.
Thursday.
We'll do a call.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Thank you.
Thursday.
Yeah, every Thursday at 5:00 Pacific, we're going to be doing a half-hour, 45-minute conversation about the Nexus ecosystem and TruBadger. And it's directed not at us, the people who know, and we're going to have questions. AMA is where we ask the questions. This is for all the folks that you are talking to and they're asking questions and they want to know more. Man, just invite them, bring them to Thursday night at 5 p.m. on this link for the Zoom or the YouTube channel, and they can hear it from Peter. They can get immersed into it and learn as much as they want to. So please use that as a resource. It'll be a terrific assistant for all of us who struggle to answer the question. Once you ask a question, they ask you another question. You're like, oh, just have them show up with us on Thursday night at 5 p.m. Pacific, and we'll take the hard work out of it for you. Well, I shouldn't say we. Peter will take the hard work out of it for you by doing a terrific presentation. So thanks, everybody.
Last quick question is, I am dedicated to building $1 trillion in digital assets over the next 5 to 8 years. Who's with me? That's my question. Who is with me? It is not going to get done on its own. There's other people putting effort into accomplishing their dreams, their goals, what they are. We need to outwork them. We need to outdo them. We need to outperform them. That's how we win. And that's the one, right? In a race, it's the one that runs the fastest, that prepares the most, that does the most work beforehand, that ends up crossing that line. Okay. And we need to be those people. We need to outdo every single other person in the crypto blockchain space in order for us to be the community, the group that benefits the most from the biggest transfer of wealth in human history.
I love it. See you on Thursday night at 5 p.m., guys. Have a great day.